Hey everybody, we're gonna do song number 5 today. The song is called A Plea and a Promise. It was written in the fall of 2010 along with a bunch of songs that I wrote that first year, that first term of college. This is another love song, or at least it was intended as a love song. And I remember earnestly believing it to be a love song. But as you'll hear when we go back or we go over it and as I sing it for you, it's a really sad song. And in retrospect, it's like I can hear a bunch of the sad emotions that were at tension in this song. I just had a therapy appointment, so forgive me for reflecting on this song and having sort of an emotional connection with it. And I'm going to do some of this kind of analyzing myself a little bit, but I can see in this song this, I know I had this feeling like my identity and was tied to this responsibility to be dedicated and loyal to a love that was unreciprocated, and it was also done, and it was destructive. It was self-destructive, and it was it wasn't really it was one of those immature, based on all of maybe the cultural things I thought love was supposed to be kind of love. It's that high school dedication to somebody, infatuation with somebody. And in many ways, it's an infatuation that is narcissistic, right? It is this desire to fulfill whatever vision of yourself that you have. And I had a vision of myself as being a very romantic and dedicated and loving and caring and loyal and person, and I felt a responsibility to a love that was done and that maybe never really existed in the first place. And I hear that in this song just trying to break through to me, and it's very interesting because it's all it's here. And I just wasn't clear-minded enough at the time to even see it in my own writing. I remember playing this along with the last song to that love interest and thinking of it as a love song. This song, when I talked last time about how that song began almost as this tension with recognizing, like, how do I break free from a love? This song sort of realizes that theme. You can see that I finished that thought here. The saddest thing about this song is that it ends back at this plea to be loved and this promise to continue loving, even after throughout the song it recognizes in many ways, or at least it hints that it recognizes that this love is destructive, right? That I'm in a cycle of being of hurting myself because I'm dedicated to an idea of love. At the end, it promises that I'll never love another like I loved this person. And as I think about it, it's true. Because after this, I didn't love this selfishly. I didn't love this immaturely. And I wasn't loving for the reasons that I was loving at this time, which was so much just this desire and need to be affirmed, right? To be felt like somebody was picking me. I like some of the lyrics here. I've changed a few. You can probably hear where my current voice comes in a couple times, but most of it's kept the same. The lyric that I really like, at one point I say, "Every time I try to break away, these walls keep rising as I stand here with the stones that build them." And I just really like that because it was so clear-minded in my metaphor to realize that I was constructing even physically. I was keeping I stayed in the house all the time, and sometimes I still do that. And I was the one building these restrictions and these walls up. And so it's nice to see that, and that's a cool image. So with no further ado, I'm going to play this song for you. It's called A Plea and a Promise. I'll try to capture the emotion. Oh, I want to say it does rip off Lazy Eye by the Silver Sun Pickup. So if I'm ever going to play this song or do anything with it, we're going to have to figure that out. And I know I was conscious that it was a ripoff, but I didn't I didn't write it knowing I was ripping it off. It came later pretty much instantly. And I was like, oh, this is a ripoff. But here it is. It's a plea and a promise written in the fall of 2010. There have been times I've been afraid that I would never say the words you need to hear. I've been hurt, oh I've been hurt so many times, but I swear never as bad as when I hurt you. And if I could turn back the world, I would hand you my love again. I wouldn't be half the man I am had the stones I chose to scope my bones not been picked for you. There wouldn't be a sunrise without a sunset. Half a day of darkness is as good as we can get, but night and day, dark and light doesn't change my heart. I just don't know where to start, and they say that there's a lot of fishes in the sea, but I don't understand what good that does me. I cast my heart out like a net, and now it's sinking to the floor, and I can't breathe anymore. What do I deserve except a steady dose of loneliness to make it go away? And every time I try to break away, these walls keep rising as I stand here with the stones to build them. This is a plea, and it's a promise, a mesh of words to notes, a cry of love to you. This is a plea, and it's a promise that I will do for you the best that I can do. And this is a plea, and it's a promise that I will never love another like I love you. Thank you. That's a plea and a promise. The 5th song I wrote back in the fall of 2010. I'll get you a song tomorrow, song number 6.